Mark Rogers TV's college football predictions. We are through 18 games in the bowl season with 20 left to go out of the 38 plus the national championship game on January 12th. We're off to a pretty good start at 11-7 straight up, which is not up to standard. We'd like to hit on 70% during the bowl season straight up after an 80% goal for the college football regular season. We usually do better than that during the regular season, but 11-7 straight up. But we're also 11-7 against the spread. Our goal is 60% against the spread. We're at 61% at 11-7, coming off a nice weekend on Friday and Saturday when the Power 5 conference teams took hold of the bowl landscape, and we won 6 of 8 against the spread on Friday and Saturday. We hope to continue that trend with 3 big games coming up on Monday. We've got the Liberty Bowl with Texas A&M out of the SEC taking on the Big 12's West Virginia Mountaineers. West Virginia, of course, played Alabama tough in the opener. No Clint Trickett. He's retired. Texas A&M with Kyle Allen at the controls. The freshman gaining much valuable experience near the end of the season. We like Texas A&M in this game, plus the 1.5 points as well. Aggies win it outright. We'll take the 1.5. Arkansas and Texas. The Longhorns a 6-point underdog in a matchup of 6-6 teams. What we like about the Hogs here is they matched up well against all comers in the SEC, meaning that they lost to Alabama by 1 point. They beat Ole Miss, one of the 10 best teams in the country, by 30. They lost to Mississippi State by a touchdown late in the game. They played everybody very, very close. They had the 2-game shutout winning streak against Ole Miss, as we mentioned, and LSU. And then even their loss to conclude the season at Missouri was on the road against the team that went 7-1 in the SEC, and they lost by a touchdown. Texas played well against the teams that they should beat, the Kansases, the Texas Techs, the Iowa States. They lost against anybody decent, excluding West Virginia. That was their big win of the season. I think Arkansas rolls in this game. I know that they don't necessarily have the firepower on the outside to ring up big numbers in the passing game, but I just think they wear down Texas, lead by a touchdown at half, and then it gets ugly in the second half. I think Arkansas is going to win this one going away. Take the Hogs minus the 6 right there. All right, finally on Monday, Clemson, Oklahoma. This pick a little bit shaky because of the situation involving Deshaun Watson sitting out, getting surgery at quarterback. Clemson was a completely different offense with him, his dynamic skills in the playmaking capacity on the edge, and also his gun of a right arm versus Cole Stout, who threw 0 touchdowns and 6 picks against Power 5 bowl teams. I still like Clemson in this one. I think the defense is that good. Bowl games in Florida, Clemson again with Cole Stout. They've had enough bowl preparation time to get him ready. Clemson's not going to score 1,000,000 points, so you might want to take the under. But Clemson wins it outright, pulls off the upset, and they, of course, will take the 4.5 points against Oklahoma. All right, Tuesday's games include Georgia and Louisville with Todd Grantham, the Louisville defensive coordinator, taking on his old team of just a year ago. Louisville's getting 7 points. We'll snatch that up. We will take Georgia to win the game, though. Bulldogs, too good. One of the more talented teams in all of college football. Nick Chubb at running back. Hudson Mason's been taking care of the football, 20 touchdowns and 4 picks. But I like the touchdown in Louisville. I think they've got a very solid team there, but the Bulldogs do win the game. Stanford, Maryland. Yes, I can see the Cardinal running away with the Foster Farms Bowl over Maryland, especially if they play the way they did in the finale against UCLA. Stanford's 7-5 campaign is no embarrassment. Very tough schedule. For Maryland, they made their way through the Big Ten going 4-4. They went 7-5 overall. They lost a close one to West Virginia on a last-second field goal where they completely outplayed the Mountaineers in the second half. They really didn't beat anybody good in the Big Ten. They lost to all the good teams in the Big Ten. Ohio State killed them. Michigan State, Wisconsin killed them. But that's 2 touchdowns. So Stanford's going to win this game, and because of the offense that they run, yes, Stanford could win this one 31-10. Could definitely see that happening. But I'll take the 2 touchdowns. So I'll take Maryland plus 14. Of course, Stanford's going to win this game. Fully confident of that. Let's move on to New Year's. We've got one more game on the Tuesday slate in the Music City Bowl in Nashville. LSU-Notre Dame, glamour matchup. LSU a big 7-point favorite in this one, and I think the Tigers roll. The only thing that's going to keep this close, again, similar to Stanford, Maryland, is the way the Tigers play offensive football. They will keep it close, but they'll dominate at the same time, and they'll blow away the 7-point spread in the fourth quarter. So I like LSU to win it and lay the 7 points against the Irish, who have played atrocious since that Florida State game. On New Year's Eve, we've got some good games. We've got the state of Mississippi in the spotlight with Ole Miss taking on TCU, and I like an upset here with the Rebels and that great, great defense. I love this SEC power game plus the speed on the outside. The secondary is tremendous at Ole Miss. They will get the job done. They'll contain Trevon Boykin just enough. So Rebels win it. Plus I'll take the 3.5 points against TCU in a great game. This the best of the non-playoff games. All right, at the Fiesta Bowl, you've got Arizona, Boise State. This one doesn't really move me. I'll take Arizona to cover 3 points. They looked abysmal against Oregon, but most teams do. Arizona with a very solid season, including wins over Arizona State. And they defeated Utah in fine fashion, 42-10. Strong season out of Arizona, and of course the win at Eugene, Oregon against the Ducks. Arizona wins, laid the 3 against Boise. And finally on New Year's Eve night, we conclude this version of our picks with the Orange Bowl, Mississippi State, Georgia Tech. Yellow Jackets were there 5 years ago. They lost to Iowa. Mississippi State, a much better football team. Yes, the Jackets looked good against Florida State in certain ways, but they've been banged up and injured. Check out our preview with Joey Weaver from the Rumble seat on the Georgia Tech platform. They're a beat-up football team, and I don't like that they lost their best wide receiver, DeAndre Smelter, because he was the only one catching meaningful passes, 32 for 7 touchdowns. This Mississippi State front seven is for real. They have had the time to prepare for the Yellow Jackets triple attack option. So I like Mississippi State to win it, lay the 7 against the Yellow Jackets in that one. So again, Texas A&M wins over West Virginia, plus 1.5. Arkansas lay the 6 against Texas. Clemson in an upset over Oklahoma, so take the 4.5 as well. Georgia defeats Louisville, but take the 7 and Louisville. Stanford over Maryland, but take the Terps plus the 14. Ole Miss pulls the upset against TCU, take the 3.5 as well. Arizona laid the 3 against Boise State, and then Mississippi State lay the 7 against Georgia Tech. Do the same with LSU over Notre Dame. Those are our picks. We'd love to hear from you. Take a shot at it right here on Mark Rogers TV.